German engineering. No other word can describe it other than perfect. But with German engineering also comes huge prices. I mean, not all of us have $1 billion to throw at a Porsche 911 GT3 RS or an AMG GTR. Today, I'm going to show you 5 affordable German project cars. The 1996 BMW 328 IS is a super good project car with tons of aftermarket support. My friends at Dona Media already said the 3 Series is a perfect project car, and I find it pretty hard to disagree. Any E36 3 Series is a pretty good project car, but my pick would have to be the 328 IS. In my opinion, it's got the best body styling other than the M3, and it comes with the most powerful engine out of every E36, again, other than the M3. Stock, it's only pushing about 190 horsepower, which isn't much, but like I said before, the aftermarket support for the E36 is huge. Unfortunately, as the popularity of the E36 is growing, this specific model is getting harder and harder to find. But there are still a ton of E36s out there, ranging from about $5 grand to 15 grand. Here's a good one for about whatever price that is. I will admit it's a bit of a cop-out to have 2 BMWs on one list, but it's for a good reason. The 1998 530i is an awesome project car that I think has a lot of potential. It puts out 220 horsepower stock, but just like with the E36, there's tons of aftermarket support for the E39. And like the E36, any E39 is great, but my pick is probably the 530i. It's the perfect middle ground between the 528i, which is the lightest and has the least horsepower, and the 540i, which is the heaviest but has the most horsepower. My family actually owned a 530i, and currently my dad owns an E39 M5. Let's see what my dad has to say about our 530i. Hey Dad?
Yeah.
How did Bart drive, like our 530i? Okay. A standard E39 will set you back anywhere from 3 to 7 grand, but good luck trying to find an M5 for that price. And if you ever put an M5 badge on your base 5 Series, I will find you. The 1991 Volkswagen Golf is the 3rd generation of the Volkswagen Golf to ever grace this earth. It came with a ton of different inline-4 engine options, as well as an optional VR6, which is probably one of the best Volkswagen engines to ever exist. If you ever go surfing through the internet, you can see a ton of people singing their praise about the Mark III Golf. Tons of people engine swap these things, and I think it's getting to the point where they're running out of ideas. Look up Mark III Golf engine swap on YouTube and you'll find basically any engine swap you could possibly think of. These Mark III Golfs are hovering around 5 grand. Great price for an amazing car. The first gen Audi TT is a cool Audi that does not cost an arm and a leg to buy. It came in both front and all-wheel drive, and came with either a 1.8 liter turbocharged inline-4 or the VR6. I mean, this is basically a Volkswagen R32, but a coupe. Which isn't too far off actually, as the first gen Audi TT shared a ton of parts with the Mark IV Golf. Compared to the other cars on this list, the Audi TT does not have nearly as vast an aftermarket, but like I said, it shares a ton of parts with Volkswagens at the time. You'll be paying around 5 grand for one, as per usual. I actually found one of these for less than 3 grand, and while it's definitely got some issues, it's not a bad pick. This car probably has the smallest aftermarket support, but it's freaking sick. The 2001 Porsche Boxster, also known as the poor man's Porsche, is a mid-engine sports car that might as well be the German MR2. What do you think of when you think project car? Miata. Obviously a Miata. Miata is always the answer. Well, what if I told you the little baby Miata actually inspired the creation of the Porsche Boxster? The base Boxster comes with a 2.7 liter 6-cylinder that pushes 217 horsepower, but the Boxster S actually has 250 horsepower coming from a 3.2 liter 6-cylinder. Obviously, you're probably not going to find a Boxster S for a cheaper price, but you can find a ton of base Boxsters running around the 5 grand price range. Nicer ones probably are going to be around 10 grand, but like I said, you can just find a running one for about 5 grand. Like I said before, the aftermarket isn't huge, but it definitely exists. So if you're looking for a German project car to whip around town in that'll impress all your friends, I think the Porsche Boxster has got to be my pick. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this isn't a JDM video this time, but Germany's pretty cool too. And if you like Japan and Germany, well then, I bet you'll like the new Supra. Or World War II. I still can't believe we're over 200 subscribers. It's a crazy number to me. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Drive safe. See you next time.